Welcome, and thanks for joining us for this episode of Scope. For 15 years, Tubusereia Health Centre, located in the Hiri LLG, has been running self-sustainably to cater for surrounding villages, attending to patients as far as inland villages in Koiari and in Rigo in Central Province. The village recently celebrated the refurbishment of this vital health facility with a ribbon-cutting ceremony alongside project partner BSP Financial Group Limited.
Official opening of the ribbon cutting.
What a day it was as Tubusereia village celebrated the refurbishment of its 15-year-old health centre. Founder of the health centre, Now Badu, said the facility was initiated 15 years ago at a time like this, during the election period. During his time as a senior public servant, he travelled far and wide to remote areas of the country. Mr. Badu saw the struggles many remote areas were facing and initiated this milestone health facility.
I asked for some funding from the national government. I got some money from the national government, about 50,000, which then I used to start off this facility. Then later on I got some money from the then Governor Alphonse Moroy, who gave me 30,000. So
he shared that the initial funds to start up the centre was 80,000 kina. However, land was an issue.
I asked the local community if they could contribute some land. The major landowners were not very enthusiastic. I asked the churches, not very enthusiastic. Fortunately, the school responded. So that's why you see this facility within the school area.
With the okay to build his centre at the school grounds, Mr. Badu began his work.
It's a very unique rural health system in the sense that we don't get any public funding support for this facility. What we do get from the government is drugs and medical supplies. We have one nurse that is on full time here, which we pay ourselves. She's not on the public payroll, and we've been. This clinic is a very unique facility in the sense that it's self-sustaining. We pay for our own costs, the modest wages for the resident nurse, all our utilities, and all the extension work that you see around here. We pay ourselves from the fees that we collect from patients as they come in.
With the fees received from patients allows the nurse to be given a salary. The 24-hour run health centre keeps the nurse going as it is her way of receiving an income primarily. Headmaster for Tubusereia Primary School Kwara spoke highly of the health centre and how it has assisted the school and its students.
We are fortunate to have this facility right in our fence, where students mostly, when they're sick or whatsoever, we just cross over and they're attended here. Otherwise, we should be traveling. That's other expenses to meet again, like transport and the others. But other times, fees are there. As Mr. Badu have announced, they're using the fees to pay the nurses operating. With the education side, students when they are sick, we always send them home. But before they go, they come and get some form of written documents to show them to their parents. So this is very helpful.
Mr. Badu added that the centre not only helps school students, but caters for the Tubusereia villages and surrounding communities. The health centre has a catchment of people from neighbouring villages reaching as far as inland Koiari and Rigo. Ward 6 Counsellor Daniel Logia shared that the community is well supported by the health facility.
My appeal to the people of Tubusereia to stand together and support. The most important thing and concern about this thing is the sustainability. It's very important. That's when everybody come together support each other, then we will see the smooth running of this health facility.
Staff of BSP Financial Group Limited who come from Tubusereia saw the benefit of the health centre and pushed for the support. This then allowed an extension to the clinic. BSP Financial Group CEO Robin Fleming attended the ceremony and cut the ribbon to the refurbished facility with village representatives. He said that the company was proud of its staff to have seen the struggle and pushed for the support.
Businesses can feel that their primary responsibility, their primary obligation is to be profitable and make money, but that isn't the sole purpose of any business. It is to provide support to the community, be that in health, education, other types of support. And we are most fortunate that we've got staff in BSP who are really committed to those types of values. And it may not seem much, but being able to assist with a health centre such as this, to be able to provide facilities that the people in the area deserve and to assist to contribute to that is something that we're very proud of. And I'm most indebted to the staff who undertake that work.
Group General Manager for Treasury Rohan George said that this would be the first assistance towards a health centre. There have been support for education and sports as well.
Treasury previously has provided a education facility to a sanctuary for disadvantaged children, providing solar power and laptops. So this time was the first time we moved to helping a health centre. We appealed to the Tubusereia village community to look after these facilities, as these will in return be beneficial in the long run. Take this opportunity to thank Tubusereia Health Centre community for giving us this opportunity to come to your community and conducting this worthy project.
Fleming acknowledged the hard-working staff of the facility. When we come back, 12th medical team from China arrive as PNG marks 20 years of this health partnership. The Chief Executive Officer of Port Moresby General Hospital and other specialist doctors officially received the 12th China medical team on Friday 29th July 2022 at the hospital. The event was witnessed by the Chinese ambassador to PNG, Ambassador Cheng Pengnua, and his economic and commercial counsellor, Linlin. The welcome coincided with the farewell of the 11th Medical Chinese medical team. This 20-year program has seen to date 117 Chinese medical doctors help in the development of medical and healthcare in Papua New Guinea.
The 12th China medical team comprised of 7 medical specialist doctors, 1 operating theatre nurse, and 1 English interpreter. Chief Executive Officer of Port Moresby General Hospital, Dr. Paki Molumi, told the 12th medical team that their coming is significant at the time when the hospital is transitioning into a specialist medical referral hospital under the new National Health Plan 2021 to 2030.
So as I've said, Port Moresby General Hospital is specializing, is moving towards becoming a specialist hospital. Many of you are specialists in your own field, in different categories of healthcare. So thank you for your coming to Port Moresby General Hospital so that you can provide some of the service, not only provide service, but teach our staff as well. So
Chinese ambassador to PNG, Cheng Pengnua, applauded the good performance of the outgoing 11th team of doctors, mentioning the recognition received from the Chinese government for their accomplishments. He then welcomed the 12th team.
This year marks the 20th anniversary of China sending medical teams to PNG. And over the past 20 years, China has sent 11 medical teams to PNG with a total of 109 staff members, and with the 12th new medical team that just arrived, the number has reached 117.
Ambassador Pengnua said the medical team have contributed to the development of the medical and healthcare in PNG and deepening the friendship between the people of PNG and the Republic of China.
Profoundly expounding the spirit of China's medical teams, that is, tenacious, dedicated, saving lives with boundless love.
Apart from sending medical teams, China and Papua New Guinea have also carried out a series of cooperation in health sector.
Since the outbreak of the pandemic, China has provided a number of batches of anti-COVID-19 supplies and medical equipment to PNG. During the visit of the Chinese State Counsellor and Foreign Minister Wang Yi to PNG in June this year, I inaugurated with Dr. Monumi and the Secretary of Health Ministry of PNG, the China PNG Minimally Invasive Surgery Center, as Dr. Monumi mentioned. And this is the first minimally invasive surgery center in PNG and in the Pacific region. And it will help improve the surgical standards of Port Moresby General Hospital. In addition to bilateral cooperations, we also have a fruitful three-party cooperation with Australia and with PNG in the health sector on fight against malaria. And the three parties are willing to continue this very good cooperation project.
Dr. Mulumi thanked the 11th Medical Team for its support during the last 1 year and a half and at a difficult time with the COVID-19 pandemic.
We thank you for your service during this time of crisis. You have stood with us in the time of COVID with the rest of our staff, and thankfully we've come out of the pandemic in PNG. So as much as you want to do at Port Moresby General Hospital, these 2 years has been disturbed us a lot. But I thank you during those hard times. Despite that, you have continued to do your job.
Dr. Mulumi said the 11th team of doctors had a positive influence on the hospital staff, equipping them with valuable knowledge in dealing with all categories of diseases. The skills gained would remain with the staff as they continue to serve Papua New Guinea.
It's an unforgettable experience in my life. Working together, we have saved our patients' lives aged from 2 years old to 67 years old. We have completed acute myocardial infarction, peripheral artery disease, and congenital heart disease. Just worked together with Dr. Tapao. And there are a lot of challenging conditions, but we do it together. We cooperated and get a great success. I appreciate the time we spent together, and I'm proud of that. As a member of the Chinese medical teams, have helped many PNG patients. For all of us from the 11th China medical teams, we enjoy the bonding relationship between our PNG colleagues and friends and us.
An introduction of the 12th medical team revealed that the medical doctors on the team come with a variety of specialties that are very relevant to the needs of Papua New Guineans, most especially at Port Moresby General Hospital as the teaching and referral hospital.
After the break, PNG secures a space in the next stage to the Women FIFA World Cup after defeating Fiji and being crowned for the first time in the Women's Nations Cup. The Papua New Guinea national women's team have qualified for the next stage of getting to the Women FIFA World Cup. This PNG's first title win at the Women's Nations Cup. They prepare for the 2023 playoff tournament in February next year. PNG was crowned after defeating host nation Fiji 2-1 in the Women's Nations Cup finals in Suva.
Oceania football queens, the PNG national women's team, were welcomed back home to an anxious and excited crowd of fans, friends and family. PNG recently won the OFC Women's Nations Cup 2022 for the first time after beating host nation Fiji 2-1 in the finals in front of a boisterous crowd at the HFC Bank Stadium in Suva.
For the champions, hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
After previously finishing as runners-up on 3 occasions, PNG can finally call themselves champions of Oceania after first half goals from skipper Megan Gunemba and Ramona Padio secured the trophy, as well as qualification for the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023 playoff tournament. The game began at a frenetic pace, both sides showcasing their exciting attacking play, with Dema Nassau and Trina Davis coming close for Fiji. But it was Papua New Guinea who struck first, with the informed Gunemba providing the clinical touch once again.
18-yard box. Still Murray with the ball. Pass it to the captain. Gunemba! Gunemba! That's a goal for Papua New Guinea! And Papua New Guinea score first for this OFC Women's Nation Cup Final 2022. Yes, and
Padio's lobbed pass unleashed Barry Kaipu down the wing, who laid the ball on a plate for Gunemba to smash home the opening goal of the final. Padio's dangerous free kick eluded Fiji goalkeeper Seruwaya Vasuitoga, who was clearly struggling with an injury at the time, sneaking over the line at the near post for 2-0. As she has done so often throughout this tournament, Fiji's midfield maestro Nassau provided the catalyst for Fiji. A well-placed dead ball delivery from Davis found Nassau at the back post, who nodded her header goal-bound to reduce PNG's advantage, despite defender Margaret Joseph's best efforts to clear. It proved not to be costly, as Papua New Guinea held on to ensure they were crowned champions of Oceania for the first time and also secure their place in next February's FIFA Women's World Cup playoff tournament in New Zealand.
yes, a cross kick from Trina Davis, unfortunately cleared by Ramona of PNG. Now back into Fiji's possession. Ranandi.
PNG successfully made the finals after ousting a fiery Samoan side 3-0. Megan Gunemba's 2 second-half goals, either side of Samoa having a penalty saved, secured the win after Charlie Yanding had given PNG a first-half lead. Paul Ifil's side did look dangerous once they entered PNG's defensive third. Tori and Lynn Louise twice had attempts from range, while Jada Stewart showed her ability to get beyond the defense, but could only hook her left foot shot wide. Any hope Samoa had of pulling off a comeback was then extinguished, as Gunemba fired home a powerful strike from 25 yards to book PNG's place in the finals.
Firstly, mila talk thank you, big man, creator, blimi. Ogata something and plan. Sa making plan. Ogata something sa come up. So this la win. Domi plan now. Mi amamas no go through lo performance lol. Girls domi na as a team as a whole. Na mi dedicated this la win go lo baby domi na husband domi back lo PNG one time all people domi lo Papua New Guinea.
Very emotional tonight. It's obviously not what we wanted tonight, but I do feel our team put everything out there and we're going to go home happy because we know we made history for Samoa, so I'm very proud at the end of the day, even though it's not the result we wanted.
As Pacifica sisters write, after chasing the same dream over the past 8 editions of the OFC Women's Nations Cup, Papua New Guinea has finally earned the title of the first ever Pacific Island nation to win the competition. They write, the honor followed months of hard work from the players, coaches and management. And while PNG have dominated the Pacific Games, winning 5 consecutive gold medals since the women's football tournament was introduced in 2003, top honors in the Confederation's premier women's competition have eluded them since their debut in 1989.
Final of this OFC Women's Nations Cup here in Sufafichi at HFC Bank Stadium.
It feels amazing. That was sort of what I was thinking about, to come out here and be the best defender I could be, and I'm really privileged and honored to get this award, so thank you so much.
And you just mentioned being the best defender you could be. Tahiti really brought it up the middle, especially in the set piece, and you just defended really well. What did you make of their performance?
When we came out, we saw that they're all tall players, and so what our game plan was to use our strengths and play our game, play some good football, and that's what we did. And we wanted to make sure that they don't turn with the ball, so that was what I tried to do most of the time. So yeah, we're happy with the win, and we'll take it with us.
Pacifica sisters write Nicola DeMaine, who praised the players for their response to the pressure of taking on a side buoyed by home support, while also managing the burden of being labelled the tournament favourites early on. Papua New Guinea have now qualified for the playoff tournament for the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia-New Zealand 2023 to be hosted in Auckland and Hamilton from the 18th to the 23rd of February.
And that ends Scope this evening. A kind reminder to apply simple measures to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you're feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thank you for your company. Bye for now.